Hello, welcome back to Blender Sushi Live. In this episode, we're gonna take a look at animation nodes once again. So I'm revisiting animation nodes add-on, and apparently we're still able to run it under Blender 4.1 as long you download the proper version. So this animation nodes website, and under download, whatever your operating system you are using, download the right format. I think for Mac OS 3.1 or 3.10 is for Blender 3.6 and 3.11 is for Blender 4.1 and above. Okay, so this is 4.1, so it can run animation nodes. And animation nodes, of course, as we already know, is a side add-on that was developed by Jax Luke at the beginning, and then there are a few others developers, but Omar Emara also works on this. It's always under development and hopefully always be supported in the future. So what separates animation nodes from geometry nodes? With geometry nodes, as we already know, if you go inside geometry nodes, you can perform inside under mesh level operations. So you can transform the geometry, but if you check under transformations, it's always 0, 0, 0, because it's actually performing inside the mesh. Okay, so you can do like cool thing like set positions, instancing, whatever you do inside this guy will always be performing under mesh level operations. So in order for you to do more on the transform level, you probably want to use animation nodes. So I need to refresh my brain on this, but I think we can bring in objects like this, and then object transform output is one way we can operate on this guy. So as you can see, as I am moving this guy, it's actually transforming these objects, similar to Spherechoke remote control actually. So you can rotate, scale, and whatever you do inside animation nodes can be baked as actual animations. Okay, so this is performing directly on the objects. There are a few cool things that you can do with these animation nodes. Of course, you can perform on multiple instances of the objects, so you can create instance of the objects very quickly. So I'm just refreshing my brain on this. So I believe you can grab these objects and then perform like a deep copy, create 10 instances. So it's kind of like real time. It's generating instances right away, and the instance is actually objects, not inside the mesh, but it's an actual objects. So you can just do that, and then you can use random vector is it wiggle. You can use number wiggle or vector wiggle, and just create multiple values, and then I'm just refreshing my brain on this, and then we can evolve it. So we have the original objects and we have the instance copy, and we can plug this into the Euler wiggle. Okay, we have Euler wiggle as well. So starting to come back to me. Still kind of blurry. I haven't been using animation nodes for a while, so keep that in mind. Time evolutions, okay. That's a quick basic that you can do. This object is an instance geometry, but it's like a deep copy, so it's actually duplicating the original object, and each object will have the same geometry nodes. So let's save this very quickly. This is AN, animation nodes, and GN together. So you can always come back to geometry nodes and yeah, maybe turn this into a donut, for example. Curve to mesh and create circle. Yeah, I just want to show you this cool stuff. Why is it looking like that? It's a torus that's been it's a torus that has been squeezed by animation nodes. So geometry nodes still working, and animation nodes also working underneath here. Okay, there we go. So the number of instance currently set to 10. You think that, okay, that looks like instancing inside geometry nodes, but actually no, because this is like an actual objects, and you can bake these as AR. Okay, there's a big difference there. So if you want to really like study animation nodes, I think a good start is actually the documentation. So it's very full on documentations, but the tutorials, there's one tutorial that you need. Okay, there's MIDI tutorials and Decompose text. I haven't gone through the whole tutorials, but this is a good start. It's at the beginning it seems daunting because it's suddenly, okay, you have to use all these nodes, but it's pretty easy. So you basically need to use this Decompose text, and then you need to instance text objects. So you need to make duplicates, and the number of instance is based on the length of the original character text, and then you use a text object output and object matrix output just to scale and rotate and translate the text. Okay, so maybe that's the next thing I will do. I will show you like a very quick, this is like introductions to animation nodes. I don't know, I just want to go through a few things just to refresh my brain. Decompose text. So by default, okay, what do you want to create? Decompose, we need to operate on the text. We need, okay, we need to have a font. I'll grab my font. Let's use intermediate. Text output, text object output. Okay, let's have our character. We're just gonna recreate this. Decompose object instance text object. Okay, objects instancer. We need a text objects in the scene, so we need this starting point. Grab it, the number of instance based on the length, and the output is going to be object. Character is going to be the text. So from these text objects, we're going to have this string. Okay, text string, text object, text input, ABC, ABC, and this guy over here, we can have a bit of control like font size, character spacing. Oh yeah, okay, object transform. Object matrix output. Objects based on the transform matrix of the original text. Okay, now it's working. can write whatever animation nodes. So it's real time. The whole thing is kind of like there's something working behind the scene. So you have this, it's kind of useful for motion graphics, I guess. So the next thing we want to do, okay, this is the initial setups. There's a lot of explanation there. We can control the size of the text based on the float range or based on the list. So this is kind of list that's going ups and down. Actually, let's do that. Create float list 0.5 and 2. This is a list. We need to have, okay, decompose text. We need to enable font size. Save this as text AN. Plug this into the size. Now we can see there's a small text. This is text that's with two sides. We can actually add new input. So we have the third, like a float list goes into the text, and we end up with this text kind of repeating. That's kind of nice. Okay. The next thing we want to try, okay, you can have multiple font coming in, so that's cool. So it's vectorized. Basic animation. So animations is really the cool part of animation nodes. So time, delay, construct, offset matrix goes into the matrix. Okay, there's a couple of things there. So we have text, original text with transforms that's coming out. We want to offset the matrix. So that's basically what we need to do. And we can offset the matrix of the scale. And we have fall off. So we can make the text disappear based on fall off. And the fall off can be controlled using delays, because everything is like procedural. So animation nodes, procedural animations, that's the name of the game. Time info, construct interpolation, construct interpolations. I'm just following the example back. Okay, this is nice, kind of settling, kind of ease in, delay, fall off. Okay, so I'm rebuilding this from scratch. Time coming in, interpolations, and we have fall off based on the delay, and then we can invert the fall off. This is like, okay, text going in, we can invert the fall off. It's starting to come back to me, some of this animation node stuff. It's probably not the easiest, but still you can get really cool effects very quickly. So maybe stop wars. Stop wars. Create art. So that's, you can make any kind of message. And remember, you can always do extrude. I know it's basic motion graphic text. You can continue this yourself. I think there's a lot of cool effects there. So for the text, been taken care of, but there are other cool stuff like grease pencil. Okay, for example, in this case, it's animation nodes performing things and modifying grease pencil, which is something that Blender 4.2 able to do, because you can perform grease pencil modifier. So that's kind of something that's being worked on, but in the meantime, you can also use this. So in this case, we have Bezier curve, right? I can delete. It's only performs on the first stroke. Maybe I need to dig inside a little bit more, but yeah, offset grease pencil strokes. I can wiggle the locations using vector wiggles, plug into the locations. And then for the pressures, I'm just randomizing the stroke size of the original grease pencil stroke. Oh yeah, the stroke itself, there's a grease pencil objects already here, and we are modifying it, and we are bring in the Bezier curve into the grease pencil. So that's what's happening. This is another example. And finally, just for this video, I will show you the LSystem. Okay, this LSystem is something that's coming from Meta, or not coming from the Meta. Okay, there's animation nodes has LSystem node. Okay, LSystem requires you to write some kind of codes. So we can copy paste codes like this and just, yeah, I think something like that, and then you just plug the rules into the LSystem and it should do some cool stuff. There's already tutorials by Jack's Look. If you want to go to Jack's Look YouTube channel, I need to revisit this because I want to work on LSystem. So just now I was showing you that we can use AI together with LSystem. Okay, so this is Meta AI. I just copy pasting the rules from documentations and then tell it to create some rules for our LSystem inside animation nodes. Okay, this is an example of 2D, two-dimensional trees with the control for the angle. Okay, this part is cool. I like LSystem. Sometimes I found it hard to work with. That's because we need to experiment with it, I guess. It's not simple, but anyway, you start with some kind of axiom and then you make rules. Yep. So it's useful to make some kind of trees or things like that. Flower. I don't always understand the rules at first, but we can. I think together with AI, really, you can get more understanding on things. Flower shape with 4 random branches. So it creates branches and it's based on the rule. Starting point is F. For every generations, it's gonna continue and recreate whether it's gonna be branches or another child. I think you can also play around with the F and lowercase f and capital F. So it's gonna create child without parents, something like that. So it's not connected. We really need to properly sit down and read the rules. So FF brackets, scale the width, yeah. But you can ask Meta AI, okay, make me rules that generate 3D spiral fractal. L3 system is basically like a fractal. So it's explaining, yeah, the explanations by AI is actually what's really important. I think in my case, to understand what's going on. Yeah, I don't know, it's doing a spiral, and yeah, for example, this thing, right? Yeah, there is actually the seed as well, the angle. Yeah, cool. Step size, that's just the scale in this case. Okay, it doesn't use A and B, but you can use the lowercase f. There's extra rules like T, J, K, M, but this is pretty good starting point, right? It's already creating something interesting. Spiral. Okay. Okay, cool. Give me more interesting fractal that is random and chaotic. The AI doesn't mind. It will just create more random stuff for you, which is something I like. So it's going to be F equal rules, plug in the rules, symbol, limit, reach. Yeah, okay, there's a limitation there, but look at this. We got something. And we can randomize the seed. The seed just seems to rotate around the branches. Okay. Can you revise the rules and make sure that when seed value change, it will also modify the root? The AI sort of figure it out. So feel free to test this out. Huh. Okay, it's sort of modifying that guy. It's modifying the branches, not the original root, but the angle is modifying this thing a little bit. Okay, that's pretty much okay, I guess. So if you create instance of this guy, you can have different version or different generations. Yeah, right. And this guy is, it's a mesh object, so we can go to geometry nodes, curve to mesh. Okay, mesh to curve, circle. Yeah, okay. That's gonna be a real mesh that you can render. This one just mesh edges. So it's getting somewhere, I guess, right? So it's not perfect. There's actually recently I downloaded an app that you might already know. It's now becoming, the app itself is becoming free to use. I forgot the name. It's a plant, something to do with plant. Fractal 3. Yeah, anyway, that app, I'll have to I forgot the name, but somewhere here. It's probably gonna be for the next video. I wanna, oh, it's a PlantFactory, I forgot. Who? PlantFactory. Fractal. Okay, on software product for free. This one is now free. PlantFactory is free. You can use it inside Blender. The apps is quite big. I think it connects to Cinema 4D and Maya quite well, but also you can use it inside Blender. But this PlantFactory has node system and fractal system that I want to explore a little bit because it's free to download and free to use. Yeah, in relations to this LSystem that I want to explore further using Meta AI. Okay, make me fractal that draws 3. F equal it's mostly just doing the spiral thing. Revise the rules again. Make multiple rules, and when seed change, I want more random branches. Growth. Okay, it's starting from a single line and then it's gonna grow, and we can have multiple rules. All right, let's see what's gonna happen now. Rules number 2, F equal blah. Rules number 3, F equal blah. Still not doing much there. I can have F and FF. You can change the angle, it's just doing the spiral. Start with F equal FF. Spiraling, but not very exciting. Ah, no. Yeah, it's explaining the things. Maybe I should sit down and work on that. But anyhow, I'm showing you all the things I want to show you because okay, this one, PlantFactory. Okay, this is PlantFactory, and as you can see, it's pretty cool. It has some kind of node system, and we can draw on these objects. However, this is just, yeah. Okay, one some cell can be, okay. This is another software, of course, it's not inside Blender. If this is actually inside Blender, it's gonna be kind of cool. But this software is really powerful. It has the fractal stuff. So yeah, I wish this is like an add-on for Blender, but you can still use it and then export it. maybe I'll save this for another video, but this is kind of where I want to go with this. So we have Fractal. Again, it's all under animation nodes. Animation nodes, of course, have a lot of things underneath, including particle system. I need to go back to animation nodes because I need to work on objects level animations. So it's not always geometry nodes, but it's kind of opening up a lot of interesting things you can mix together, especially with LSystem, right? AI LSystem is like really powerful. Fractal. Okay, so I guess that's pretty much what I want to say today. Hopefully you'll find it useful. Just reintroductions to animation nodes and what you can do with it with LSystem and AI. So thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.